welcome to my channel. This is another video where I'm showing the cards that I have created over the past year during the quarantine period. I have not been able to do my videos where I show myself making a card step by step because I had to change some things around our house because of the quarantine. Martin is working from home now, but I did want to take a minute to show you some of the cards that I've made throughout the year. There are several videos on my channel now which shows the different cards that I've made, and this is part 2 of the birthday cards that I've made. These are my prototype cards, which there may be a mistake or two here or there in the cards, but the final card went out without any mistakes. I also wanted to mention I keep my finished cards in these plastic protectors, plastic sleeves, to keep it safe from damage and also to protect the embellishments. So let me just get started. The first card is a card which can be for a man or a woman, and I was trying to focus on that this past year because making masculine cards can be very difficult because I tend to like sparkles and ribbons and all that sort of thing, which doesn't really lend well to masculine cards. But this is a owl punch, which I've punched out several of them and glued them together to give them some more dimension and make it more sturdy for the front of the card. I did some simple ink blending with distressed oxide inks, and on the outside it says, "What's this I hear?" Well, all I can say is happy birthday. This is a very simple card and you need minimal supplies to do it. And this is a Stampin' Up! Punch and stamp. The next card is I created using a background that I've created using let me start over on that one. I created this background with just plain white paper. I stamped a background image of this pretty flourish, distressed the edges of the cardstock. And this is a 12 by 12 piece of paper that I cut down to 3 inches by 4 inches to use. I made 12 of these, I think it makes 12 with no waste. And I used my scan and cut machine to cut this flower out because there is no die or punch for it, and it cut beautifully. And inside it says, "Birthdays are good for you. Statistics show that people who have the most live the longest." The next one is also could be a male or female card, and it says, "Let's celebrate you." And it features a pair of cute little koalas, which is a stamp with a matching die cut from Stampin' Up! On the inside it says, "Happy Mother's Day." Okay, so this is why we practice these things. This was a Mother's Day card which was mixed up with my birthday cards, but it could be a birthday card, as you could see. I'm going to leave that in there because that's just too silly. Okay, this is a card that I made, also a masculine card. It has a embellishment here, which is a butterfly. This was a set of embellishments that my sister gave me for my birthday, I think. And I added some baker's twine here, and this is just simple ink blending that I did to create the background and stamped on top of it. And inside, hopefully it doesn't say Happy Mother's Day. It says, "Best wishes on your birthday." When you do a simple card like this, you can crank out a lot of them really fast. And this is another birthday card, of course, and it features a Stampin' Up! Paper, which the paper was really pretty, and it didn't need much embellishments on the front. I used the dotted Swiss embroidering embossing folder to create this textured background, which I don't think shows up very well on camera. Yeah, there we are. And this embellishment, which I got from the dollar store, it was, I think, 10 for $1, which is a dime, versus going to Jolie's at Joann's Fabric and paying $3 for 3 of them. $3 to $5 for 3 of them. And inside it has the same message about birthdays. And this is a card I believe I gave it to my sister for her birthday, my oldest sister Linda. And it says, "Love your birthday." And I again used my scan and cut to cut these flowers out because there is no stamp for it. There's no die for it. And also the leaves. This card, if you didn't put the flowers on in the bow and put something else a little bit more masculine, it would be a very easy to create masculine card. I created the background again with the florid stamp and distressed the edges. And again, this is 12 by 12 paper cut down to 3 by 4. And inside it says, "Some things just get better with age, and you are definitely one of them." And here is another simple card. Again, I created the background with a stamp on white paper and distressed the edges. This is cut down from a 6 by 6 piece of paper, and I used a stitched rectangle to cut this one and also the mat for it. Embellished it with a ribbon going around this part instead of the whole card. And I used my scan and cut again to cut this stamp out. And it allows you to add leading on it, so instead of it being right up at the edge, it has a little extra buffer to make it look a little bit more substantial. And inside, I tend to use the same sayings on the inside for birthdays. "Wishing you every happiness this special day will bring." And here is a masculine card. I cut down a 12 by 12 sheet of paper for the background, and I added this embellishment here. This came from the kit that my sister gave me for my birthday, and added some baker's twine. This baker's twine is really kind of thick, so this card tended, if you put this on a card, it tends to need extra postage because it makes it a little bit thick going through the postal machines. And inside it also says, "Celebrate your special day." A very nice masculine card. And here, this was a 6 by 6 one sheet wonder. I cut 2 pattern pieces of paper, 3 by 3, and mounted them on the front here. I took a simple yellow cardstock and put a little splotches in the background to make it a little bit more interesting, and added a little bow. Inside it says, "Hello birthday girl." So this is not for a guy. And this is that same card in a masculine version. I did the exact same thing, spatters in the background of the gray paper, 2 3 by 3 pieces of cardstock cut from a 6 by 6 paper. And the same message on the inside about better with age. This card features this designer paper here. This was cut down from a 6 by 6, and I've added a red strip of cardstock across, and this was a single stamp, but in order to make it 2 colors, I used markers. I used a tan marker for the cake part and a red marker for the strawberry. I could have went even further and used a green for the little greenery at the top, but I just didn't bother with it, and I didn't think anyone would really care if the little thing wasn't green. It says, "Happy birthday to you, have a sweet day. Today is the oldest you've ever been and the youngest you'll ever be again." And this was another birthday card. I think this was from my sister-in-law, Darlene. I think so. It features a palm tree with a monkey climbing up, and the background designer series paper, also cut down from a 6x6, features bananas, and that just made it funny to me to add the little monkey. Sending a bit of paradise and love your birthday. And I hung one of the monkeys from the words on the inside of the text. And this is a cute card that I made, and again, designer series paper, cut down from 6x6, and I did some coloring with Stampin' Blends for this no wishful thinking, it's just a cup of champagne, and it says come on and get bubbly. And I stamped a lemon and a lime on the inside. And this one also could be male or female, even though it has a little yellow bow. It tends to look like it's a female card, but I'm sure that the guy in your life would be very happy that you thought of him and sent him a card. And the same message on the inside. This card featured two different designer series paper. This is the opposite side of this one. So this is double-sided paper, which most of the Stampin' Up! Product is. And it just didn't need any extra embellishment because this was so pretty all by itself. And the inside again. Also feminine card. Now these cards were a simple pattern layout that I cut down from 6x6 paper, which I first looked at the paper and I couldn't figure out how I was going to use it because the whole paper was this design. But I thought about it and I realized that I could cut it into little scenes and it would be a nice card. So I got 3 like this, 3 like this, and 3 like this, with just a little bit of waste. And it says happy birthday wishes on the outside. On the inside it says hope your day stacks up to be one good thing on top of another. And I felt that these were really, really pretty and came out well. And this is that same layout, but using another sheet of paper. This one has birthday candles and this has bows. So that's all the birthday cards that I have done, except for one more which I can show you. It's still in the plastic. I think it's safe to show you this now. This is the birthday card that I did for my youngest daughter, Jillian. And she should have gotten hers in the mail by now, so if she's watching, she would recognize this. I stamped the little birds here and colored them in with the Stampin' Blends. I don't know what kind of bird this is, but maybe it's a bird that only exists in my head, yellow belly and a green head. And some designer paper cut down from a 12x12 sheet again. And I used some Nuvo drops to make little centers in the heart, in the flowers, which is a little sparkly, but you can't really see it very well on the camera. But you can see the close-up version afterwards. And it says, the world needs more of you. And on the inside it says, thanks for being you. And again, another little bird. I'd like to thank you for watching this video and all the others on my channel. I appreciate all the support and comments that I'm getting. Please give a like if you like this video and subscribe to my channel if you like the content that I have. Thank you for watching, everyone. Stay safe, wear your mask, stay indoors, and have a great day. Take care.